The first speaker I'd like to invite up is Jamie, who is the Business Development Director of Apprentify, and he's just going to share about the power of apprenticeships for your organisation. So we can have a round of applause for Jamie. You're on up.
Hi. Is this working? There we go. Thank you, James. There we are, we're back on. So these guys did it without any script. I'm kind of standing here with my things here, but hey, thankfully the other guys have got some too. We shared that before. Great turnout. A bit of a confession. I haven't done much public speaking before, so this is the first time in must have been about 6 or 7 years when I've been in front of more than maybe 5 or 6 people, and that was my wedding. My wife and her whole family were from Germany, right? And my mum voted for Brexit about 4 weeks before, so I was told don't put politics into this, so I've started well. Just a few thank yous to begin with. James, for inviting us into this community. I mean, you can see from the turnout, I've spoken to a few of you out there as well. It's a great community, some great people. The evening, great setup for this. It's going to be good fun, so thank you to them. Thank you to Devere for putting us on, and for everyone for turning up today as well. In terms of the panel as well, there's some great people there. I didn't say earlier, I've worked with Fresh Relevance before, so I'll be keen to pick your brains actually afterwards. So some really good people to pick things up from later too. Right, on to the second. Why am I here? Why am I stood here? I mean, I'll keep it in short. I'm here to explain exactly how Apprentify can add value and actually drive the performance of your sales teams. And it's that simple, really. In terms of who we are, you can probably tell by the name Apprentify, we provide apprenticeship training, which is a commercial model. It's a commercial training technique that links into the government, okay? What we do, the training we provide, there's 13 programs that we offer. They cover areas such as data, software, digital marketing and content, and more specifically, and very relevant for what we're doing today, sales. Okay, we have 2 programs within sales. So what's an apprentice? Are there any apprentices in the audience, just to put that out there? Okay, maybe 1 or 2. Perfect. I mean, that explains exactly why I'm here, because it's something that clearly companies aren't aware of, what you can do, what you can use, how this can benefit your businesses. We've got 8 SDRs within our company, and all 8 of them are on our sales exec program right now. So it's something that you can do, and I'll go into some of the statistics and data. Whereabouts are you guys? Right, just over there with their hands up. So please go and speak to them if you haven't already, and they can tell you what they're doing and how it's working and how it's embedding into their day-to-day. A bit of a confession from my side. I thought an apprentice, when I started at Apprentify, was someone that was maybe 16, 17 years old, just left school, looking for an internship or a part-time position. It's completely wrong. We've got about 300 learners on program right now, and over a third of them are recent graduates with first class or 2-1 degrees. So people are seeing this as an alternative to your traditional methods coming out of university. Our most mature student's 57 years old. It's not what I thought. So if anyone out there has that same preconception, please drop that and think of us more as a commercial training organisation that can really accelerate the growth and the performance of your sales teams. So there are more and more young, hungry, ambitious people that are going on to apprenticeship training programs, particularly from university. And I mentioned all 8 of our SDRs are on that, so yeah, do say hello to them later if you haven't already. How does it work? What's the commercial model look like? We do this training program. They're all about 13 to 15 months. It's 95% government subsidized. So there's this centralized levy funding pot that you can use. There was a report, there was over £3 billion worth in this pot of unspent levy funds back from Financial Times in July this year. Now, as a business, you can draw out 95% of the cost of the training we provide from that pot. So for a sales course, one of our courses is £12,000. That'd be £600 per learner for putting them on this program. Furthermore, if they're under the age of 25, that's a national insurance cost save as well, which is I think it's about 13% of their base salary. So it's effectively cost neutral or better for putting them on this program. Okay? So why Apprentify? Why use us? Because there are quite a few providers out there that can do what we do. So why Apprentify? Well, we're a virtual training provider. So everything we do is done via your laptop, your desktop. It's a blended model of e-learning modules, virtual classrooms, virtual skills coaches that we have that give time to every person we put on program. It helps you embed it and fit it into your day-to-day. You're not physically taking that apprentice out of their workspace and putting them into a learning environment 1 day a week, which is how I thought it worked when I joined the business. It's very different. Some other things about us, we're an outstanding Ofsted business. That's the highest grade you can get. There's only 6 providers that have got outstanding this year. So that puts us in the top 1.6%. We've got a 100% pass rate at endpoint assessment. We've got an 88% distinction rate and a 90% retention rate. These are all figures that compare very favorably against other providers out there. That's against an industry average of 57% for the retention. Okay? Where are we at? So, yeah, next bit. Benefits to you. Why do this? Well, first of all, it's world-class training. The syllabus that we've got, you're given a framework by the government. They say that you need to cover off all these bits in there. The syllabus we've written is by genuine and legitimate pioneers in sales that have done this for the best part of a quarter of a century. So it's a very powerful program, and it's world-class training that we can provide. Very, very good value. I've mentioned already, it's very cost-effective, almost cost-neutral for a £12,000 course. The retention rate as well, it's a retention tool. There's a recent study that said that anyone that you put, or any organization that demonstrates a strong learning culture within their organization has a 30 to 50% retention increase. So if you put your best SDRs onto our training, then there's a very high chance that you're going to secure and you're going to, I don't want to say lock in, but you're going to encourage your best young talent to remain within the business going forward. Hence the 90% retention that we have as well. And ultimately results. Because sales is about results, right? So to give you some idea of results, I mentioned we've got 8 of our SDRs at Apprentify. In October, I'll just make sure I got these numbers right, because they differ. I think we're going to beat this in November, which is good. We hit over, guys, tell me if I've got any of this wrong, by the way, just shout at me, I don't mind, I won't be offended. We'd had 10,000 plus qualified outbound outreaches to net new logo clients, 156 net new logo meetings that were secured with a 73% attendance rate off the back of those meetings. And that's from SDRs with about 7 to 8 months on average experience within our team. So it's a powerful program. The pipeline we've got off that is great. Some of the clients include the likes of, and forget this for, I probably shouldn't say this, but anyway, Man United, AstraZeneca, HSBC, Crystal Palace. We're talking big companies here and important people at these organizations. It works. So the statistics are there. So in summary, in terms of the context of the sales confidence community, that's why we're here. We're here because when I asked how many apprentices out there was 1 or 2 people put their hand up. It's clearly something people aren't aware of. Think of us not as an apprenticeship provider, but we're a sales excellence provider. We're a training provider that can supercharge the performance of your SDR teams, and we can do it for a net neutral cost as well. And it's something that people don't know about. So again, thank you, James, for inviting us to be along. Thanks to everyone for attending. Come and find me if you've got any questions later, and hopefully that's useful.